Hello everyone, this is the BMW iX3 Neue Klasse, and today we're gonna look at the car at night. We're gonna look what's illuminated outside, inside, the ambient light, the settings for the light. We have to check when we drive how the low beams are, and then of course the high beam assist as usual. BMW is usually really good with the high beam assist. We'll see if it's the same in this car. This video is brought to you by a better Routeplanner, the Routeplanner for EVs. Hundreds of cars are supported. Choose your configuration, plan your route with the charging network that you want to prefer or charging networks that you want to avoid. If you're a premium member, you can use real-time weather forecast and traffic information, and you can also use a better Routeplanner in your car with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Use the link in the description to support the channel and use a better Routeplanner Premium for 30 days for free. Let's see what is illuminated outside of the car, and we see right away the projection from the mirror down this X. All the door handles are illuminated, which is really nice. I have the normal light on right now, and let's see if the charge port is illuminated as well. Is the right side? Is there no projection? Of course there is. It just turns off after a second. And the charge port has also a tiny little light, which will also show you if it's charging or not, or if there's a problem with anything. In the trunk we only have one light. It's really bright, but only on one side, which I thought in BMW is always two. The buttons up here are illuminated, but there's no light going down as well. There's nothing, it's just this one light. On the rear seats I see the ambient light that I have put into blue and red here in the door. Then I have those lamps, and they're not very bright, I have to say. With this red interior, it looks more red on the camera, but still, does this not go brighter? Is this everything we have? It's not very bright. And other than in the door, there's no other ambient light or any other light. I mean, of course the USB-C ports are illuminated, but other than that there's nothing. In the front it's a bit more bright. Again, the ambient light here in the door, and then we have it here on this side, and then you see the blue, which is there in the middle. I have two lights here on the top that shine down, but my foot area is illuminated. The middle thing where the phones are is illuminated. Down here the extra pocket is illuminated with ambient light. Then this whole part here, I can see the blue and the red, and the door of course as well. Yeah, you can't see that very well right now since it's so dark, but your indicator is, which is of course also your high beams, also has a button for the fog lights, and on the side it has a button that you press, which you get then to the light settings, or when you switch it you can go between auto and just on. So all of your main settings, and the fog lights is there too, a button, so almost everything is on that thing, which is really nice. For the light settings, of course, you press the car and then lighting, and then you have exterior lighting and interior lighting. When you go into interior, you can turn here the ambient light off, and here all the lights inside or each one. Then you have the option light when opening door. Brightness, you can do the brightness at night for the cockpit and the panoramic vision display, and for the ambient light, and reduced for night driving. Accent light is reduced at night. Then we have the ambient light. It can be single color, multicolor, and you change the color here in a really weird way that I don't really understand, I have to say. It can match the display. And for the interior light, that's it. For the exterior light, we then have here off, auto, or low beams. Then we have the fog lights here, and then we have to keep the light on for parking, left and right, or all of it. And then we have settings. We have high beam assist. The BMW iconic glow is the grille in the front, if this should be on. Right hand, left hand traffic, one touch indicator, that's for the blinker. 1, 3 or 5. Home lights, how long. do it on 30 seconds, and then orchestration. I think this is where it does a lot of stuff. Let's look at the light in the rear. First, we just turn the light on. I just put the ignition on. Then the brake. Then the fog lights. Indicator. And then, of course, reverse. Then the light in the front. I don't know if I can switch on the day driving lights. There's a thing that the light should stay on if I get out of the car. Does this really work? Looks like it. And then when I do off, I have auto. I have the low beams where they dip down and dip up. I don't have any fog lights in the front. I have indicators. And of course I have the high beams. So now we drive a bit with the view. If you would be sitting in here and the ambient light is nice, the main light, it's not very bright. The foot area is extremely bright, but the main area not. And in the back it's just dark. Ooh, I didn't see that. The gear selector has a light on it and it's blinking right now to tell me to put the gear in. So what I see is when I drive, the ambient light is on maximum brightness. It's not very bright, but I don't need it to be brighter, so I'm fine with it. It doesn't have to be brighter. Ambient light, I want to see it a bit, and it should be ambient, not, oh my god, is this bright, what's happening? The panoramic vision display is really nice. It's not too bright, not too dark. And I didn't know that. I looked it up yesterday. You can still have a head-up display in the iX3 even though you have this panoramic vision display. I didn't know that. But no ventilated seats. It doesn't exist. Now when you get into the car and you press the brake pedal, the light will make a little dip down and then up. I don't know what so many manufacturers do that. Is this so everybody knows the light works, the movement? I have no idea. And you can hear it when it's moving, when the light is doing something. It's loud. So the low beams, I can see that the low beams on the right are a bit longer than on the left. It's nice and long on the right, really nice. One of the most far looking low beams I have had on a car, which is really awesome. I like it. It's also high on the right, but not so much on the left. They've done really well, so it doesn't always need the high beams. This looks great. I like it a lot. I do not see cornering light. When I steer here, the light is not moving. Now let's get to the high beams. I just will turn them on manually. Yep, that's bright and high and wide. Oh my god. Now the high beam assist. It's a thing with BMW where I always have a problem. So when you turn the high beam assist on in the infotainment system and you drive on and it's dark, it's automatically on. That means if you drive faster than 30, the high beams go on. And I don't like that. I want the high beam to be there if I need it, and if I drive and I'm switching something on the light switch, I want the high beams, the auto high beams to be on. But in BMW, they're just on. And that's why you see a lot of BMW drivers having them on without knowing or caring. But to do it, you turn it on, and then when they switch on automatically, and then you can turn them off. But to turn it off, you have to flash. So turn the normal high beams on, and then again, and then it turns off. And then when you flash again, you can turn them back on, the auto high beams. That works. When they're not on, you can just turn the high beam on, but there's no auto function. But now let's use it. I switched the button here for the lights, and high beam assist is on, and there it goes. Jesus. God, it's like a wall of light. The traffic signs are really bright, and oh, it takes a bit to switch off. That wasn't very fast, but it was also in a corner, so I'm okay. But this is amazing high beam, maybe a bit too high. I'm not always the fan when high beams are very high, and street signs and where to go signs, the next city and so are extremely bright. But like I said, no cornering light. The light is not moving left and right. There's just segments that turn on and off. But of course I don't have any cars to show you. Amazing is the reflection on traffic signs, and now these corner signs here, it doesn't make them turn off. So it's not flickering. It's just on. It's a wall of light. I can see that. Wow. It's like with Volkswagen, you barely notice that it turns on or off. Ooh, that took a bit. But now you can see it very well where the middle of the truck is not, no high beams, but the rest is. Yeah, this is the strength of BMW and the high beam assist, the distance. So a car that's very, very far away, now it turns it off, where other cars are still having the full high beams on. It can see that there's a car. It looks good. So this was the BMW iX3 at night. Looks great in the front, really nice. It's a great car at night, and I thought so. BMW is really good with the light. They're really amazing. The high beam assist is just awesome. But that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.